Good morning, Stephen. So I want to show you how to start making your bowl. So you want to start with whatever color you want to start with, and you're going to use kind of a big chunk. You can see how big it is in my hand. And you're going to flatten it out a little bit with your hand. So I'm trying to make it like cookie shape. So I'm squishing it just a little bit with my fingers so it stays kind of thick, but it's kind of round. And then I'm going to put 2 of the tongue depressors on each side of my little slab here, my little piece of clay. And I'm going to use my purple pencil and I'm going to roll it out. So I'm going to kind of start in the middle and roll away from myself. And I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to start in the middle and roll away from myself, and I want to make sure that my pencil always stays balanced on the tongue depressors. And I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to push it some more. So I'm just making it really flat. Now if you end up with a little bubble or something, you can fix that by taking your paper clip. I have a tool, but you can take a paper clip and you can pop it and just push the air out of it, and that's okay. And we'll cover that up so it doesn't even matter. So if that happens to you, that's how you fix it. Okay, so now I've got this nice flat slab, okay? So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make some shapes to go on top of that. So I have some other colors of clay, and you can use whatever color you want. You could use all those pieces from your color wheel if you want to. So kind of squish it between your fingers a little bit to condition it, so it gets a little softer. And then you're going to make kind of a ball, and you can squish it. So squish it a little bit, and then you can put it in the middle of your slab. Squish it a little bit more. And then sometimes your pencil gets dirty, so in between each color, use a little piece of paper towel or something to wipe it off, and it'll make sure that it stays nice and smooth. So now I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to roll away again. And I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to roll it. And see how it squishes out all big? It's kind of cool, right? We're going to do a bunch of that because we're going to make a bunch of layers. So now I'm going to take a different color. So I'm going to use this color, but you can use whatever color you want. And I'm going to make a different size ball. So for that first yellow one, I started out with that size. Now for this one, I'm gonna do this size. So you see the difference? This one's big and this one's small. So I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna squish it a little bit in my fingers to make it kind of flat. And then I think I'm gonna turn my little slab that way this time. So I'm gonna squish that on there, right in the middle. And I'm going to roll it again. I'm going to go that way. And then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to go this way. So right now, Stephen, we're layering. So we're taking different things, and I'm going to clean off my pencil. We're taking different colors, and we're layering over the top of each other. Right now, mine kind of looks like an eyeball. So now I want to do another layer. So I'm going to do this dark color. And now it's really going to look like an eyeball. Maybe I'm going to make an eyeball. I don't know. You get to make whatever you want, Stephen. Yeah, mine looks kind of like an eyeball now. So now I added another even smaller dot in the middle, and I'm going to roll it again. Ooh. This time I went back and forth kind of, and that's okay because that was a really small piece. And now I want to add in a little bit more stuff. So maybe I want to add in another yellow one. Oh, that might be a little too big, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out. So I squished it on there. Nope, I still think it looks cool. Woo, there we go. Now the other thing that you can try too, if you want to, and notice how I still have the tongue depressors on both sides. You always want to keep your tongue depressors. So if you want to try a line, you can, but you don't have to. So if you want to make a line, you can. It's your choice. If you want to stick with dots, you could do that. If you want to take your dot and roll it a little bit with your finger, that's up to you. It's your choice. This is your bowl, so you get to pick whether you want to do a line or if you just want to do circles. Because you can make all kinds of really cool stuff. Like I'm going to add on some lines, but I'm also going to add some really small dots on. And you can make these dots any size you want. So I'm going to add some more dots on. Now you can do this one piece at a time, like I did at the beginning. And if it's something where you want to try a couple of them at the same time, that's okay. I'm just showing you the pattern that I'm going to try to make. So I can have some small dots. I could have big dots. I could make triangles or squares. It's all up to you. It's your choice because this is your bowl. So you get to decide how you want to do it. So I'm going to add on. So I think I'm going to make a pattern like that. But I think that would be too many things to roll out all at the same time. So I'm going to save all these pieces like this. I'm just going to set them off to the side. And I didn't squish super hard, so they come off fairly easy. But I'm going to roll out my two little lines that I made. And remember, the lines are your choice. You can choose to do that or not. Make sure your pencil's nice and clean. And then you're going to start in the middle and roll out. And then I'm going to flip it over. I think this kind of looks like a superhero now. I think it should be a superhero symbol. I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to roll out. And you know what? It's kind of a surprise how it's going to look because you're never really sure. So now I'm going to add in all my little dots again because I'm gonna roll out my dots now. And I'm going to squish them real good into the clay. So you can see I'm kind of squishing them real good. For a second there, I thought I lost one of my dots. Okay. So I got them squished in there real good. I'm going to clean off my pencil. I'm going to start in the middle. And I'm going to roll a little bit. Right? Now I'm going to flip it over. And because I squished them so good, they didn't get very big. I'm going to roll it a little bit more. And now that I've got it all, I'm going to kind of roll it across the whole way just a little bit. And then you can make this as fancy as you want. So I think I'm going to add on one more little dot before I'm done. So I'm going to add on one more little dot right in the middle, right there, because I think it would be cool. Ooh, maybe I'm going to add on 2 more dots because I think it'd be cool. I'm going to add on 1 dot right there and another dot right here. But it's totally up to you. This is your design. So clean off your pencil. You're going to start in the middle, and roll it, and go all the way to the outside. Okay, so I think I'm done. And you can spend as long or as little on this as you want. You can make it as fancy as you want. So this is looking pretty cool to me. I think I might still add a couple little small dots and stuff in here, but I think it's looking pretty neat, okay? And I'll send the directions for how to make it into an actual bowl next time. So now you can see like this side is just purple, but that side has some crazy patterns. So keep going, Stephen. Great job.